a transport clipper sailing in through the fog, our party makes its way across the knife-like waves. As they approach Stormford. A prison of the Spellkin and enemies of Evervale and the God King. The fog starts to dissipate as lightning cracks across the sky, flashes of which diffuse and light the faces of our party as they reveal anticipation for what is to come. They've agreed to make their way into Stormford and try their best to start and lead some sort of prison break so that they may turn the tides of the Crusades against the Spellkin. We meet our party as the Spellwind chases the waves and catches the wake on the bow of the clipper.
You ready?
Yeah.
Meet.
Look.
Has everyone got a knife?
Yes.
If the magic don't work, you're gonna need a knife.
Okay. It's bigger than I thought it would be.
Says that.
Large monolithic structure stands before you, a large sigil of the Evervalian Crest on the western side as you approach. The image burning a brand in your memories and your psyche, as if to remind you of some sort of power. There is something higher than you, and if you feel it, and so must many others. The docks up ahead reach out toward the waves. Salt crests stain about tens of feet above the spire-like rocks that make their way up the cliffsides around the area. You make your way towards the driftwooded and well-maintained dockside. There is no presence introducing you to land as the boat still approaches. No one to greet you except the large structure itself.
All right. Jet, let them two do the talking.
Okay.
Doesn't look like there's anyone there, though.
This boat
right?
must not be on any kind of schedule in particular.
All right.
There'll be people at the gates, for sure.
Supposed to bowl up then, are we?
Yeah. We're gonna have to grab our prisoner. Transport him.
All right.
Normally the formation is 2 in front, 2 behind.
Right, but we ain't got the numbers.
Well, it'll be us 2 in front We'll bring the prisoner behind us, and then you two in the back.
Okay.
Right, but we're missing people.
Well, we'll just do what you said. We lost somebody along the way.
Only if they ask.
Right.
As far as they know, the rest are on the ship. Waiting.
All right, let's go get him then.
Okay.
You're all wearing
Yeah.
armor still from the group. So you've got the pauldrons, and you all are wearing a mask as well. And I assume your hoods are up toward that mask. Okay, great.
There's the only reason I'm not smoking, because there is a fucking mask on my face.
Yeah.
For me, I would have been using disguise.
Sure. Still armored in your armor, but you're disguising your armor. Okay.
That's right. I think this face is probably a bit more weathered, a bit more scarred, a lot more gray in the hair. I think clean shaven. More of a hatchet look to the face. Hook nose.
Okay. So who is heading downstairs to get Letho?
I will.
Okay. Whoever's on the main deck, make me a perception.
I'll be going with Varsha.
Okay.
6.
Exactly.
26.
Tyas, you're probably, I think your eyes are, ever since the veil of fog parted for you to see the large crest taunting you, and the large monolithic structure as it shadows into your existence. You start to see, and you start to notice movement on some of the spires, and that movement makes its way down into a pattern as you lose sight of two figures, and then you see them again as they sort of make their way down another set of another story, and then you see, and I don't think you hear it, but you do see the doors open, and out come two figures. The doors close, and then two figures start to make their way toward you. They are armored, and they do look like they are sworn.
They're not in the same uniform as us.
Different uniforms. These are fully clad.
Yeah.
I thought the other two are doing the talking.
Well, suppose not yet.
You still have a couple of minutes. There is a bit of a long walk to the boat, and your boat is not even docked yet. But they are. It looks like, I think as
In
soon.
my years
Yes.
of killing Sworn and watching them and interacting with them in a very non-Sworn way,
Yeah.
have I ever picked up on like lingo, how they initially greet? Is it like a hello sir? Do they have like a salute? Do they do things like that? Do I know?
Smith, Varsha.
I think we do. What do you think, Smith?
Yeah, I think definitely. This would be a very important thing, for sure, to
Yeah.
show respect to the God King. I think it would be.
Go ahead.
King.
I think it would be something that would be fairly ostentatious.
King's Grace, maybe?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what ostentatious means. I didn't really spend that much time reading books.
It's
Okay, I'm not
over the top, basically.
Yeah. I like King's Grace.
Just as a greeting, King's Grace.
Yeah, King's Grace. I would also like to and that with bringing your arm up as if you've got the shield up. So it'd be like
you're holding a
fist to your like you're holding a shield. Yeah.
I love
That's
it.
good.
Like that.
Not quite, Ty.
King's
Not
Grace.
quite.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
He's the God Kings from Detroit
Yeah,
in
exactly.
the early 90s.
Yeah, so thank you both.
Okay. Then, do I know that? I don't see why I wouldn't. It seems to be pretty
I don't see
common.
why you wouldn't either. You would have been told this and probably shown this in various stories around the fire, if not seen it firsthand. The Entente would make fun of it and poke fun of it, or maybe you have seen it out in your travels. But it is not uncommon to see a salute like this,
Okay.
especially among strangers in the Sworn.
Then, I'll watch them heading towards us and say, remember how they salute each other, right?
They do?
Yeah, they say King's Grace. They hold their hand up like that, like they're holding a shield.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if this lot on the boat do it, but I suppose they're some sort of sworn, I imagine. So we'll do that. Other than
Okay.
that, we'll just have to bullshit our way through it.
As
King's Grace.
you start to get ready and prepare for what is to come, you do notice that as these two figures come into focus, you do notice that one of them is not wearing any garb underneath the plated armor. There's usually like chainmail or some sort of a quilting or some sort of
I thought
quilted
you meant
armor.
like clothing.
No, like yeah, it's just like a assless full plate. No, the it's
Freezing.
yeah, he's there from the waist up. There is no like quilted underlining or anything. It is, but there is like a muscly green skin underneath, or a greenish hue, and you see under the beard is a large braid, or under the helmet there is a large braided beard coming out of the visor. Still wearing a metal suit of full plate, and he still has a sizable helmet. The other one does seem to be wearing the quilted normal type garb. But as they approach, one of them speaks out and says, "Oi. King's Grace."
I snap my feet together. King's Grace. Good to see you, chaps.
I do the same about a split second after, Mr. Tai. Mimicking, hopefully using the right hand. The correct hand.
Make me a performance, both of you.
Oh no. Oh no.
And we're going to swap scenes as
Oh no.
as Smith and Varsha make their way down the stairs.
No, we should let him do the talking.
King's Grace?
So you make your way down, the floorboards creak under you.
Just remember to keep your eyes peeled here, Varsha. We don't know what's going to happen. And I still don't trust this guy.
Yeah. Okay.
We have to hurry.
Yeah, okay. Are you ready? I say to Drake.
Oh, is it time? We're here.
Yeah.
Very well.
Okay.
He reaches his hands out for them to be bound again.
I will bind them, but not so that he can't get out of them if he tried.
Okay.
So, yep.
Loosely behind his back.
Yeah. And then I will tug on it and say, like, is that, can you get out of that?
I like the way you think. Yes.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna lead you. You walk slightly behind us when we get up with the other two. Okay?
We'll
Either
give
way.
you some kind of signal when we're
Okay.
ready.
Let's fuck them up. Lead the way, Smith.
Let's go. We can't leave them on their own for too long.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You make your way up toward the top of the deck of the ship where this conversation is starting to take place. So with a 6 and a 5, I think the voice from under the mask looks up from the gesture, right forearm out, bowing his head as he sort of looks up or snaps his head up at you.
You mean King's grace? I'm sorry, you mean God's grace?
Yes, that's precisely what I meant. It's been quite the rough journey on the way here.
Yes.
We haven't slept. In fact, the entire time.
Who have you?
As he asks who you brought.
We have one prisoner. Do you have the manifest there, boy?
Yes, I need to go inside and get it.
Well, never
Sir.
mind. I'm sure they're going to bring the prisoner up soon enough.
Okay. Sir.
Rather rainy out here in Stormford, isn't it? Much prefer it at home.
You see the full helmet sort of cocks its head for a moment.
Yeah. Yes, it is. So
Is it
where are
always
they?
raining?
Yes.
Oh, I suppose, they'll be here soon enough. Are we in a rush?
Your
Prisoner
first time.
transfer reporting.
Yeah, there we go. Finally.
As you two,
One Lethaldus Drake.
That's it, Letholdus Drake.
With all this
Can't remember
break,
the names of all of these rats.
the arson.
That's correct.
Yes.
All right. Let's go.
so he turns to the partner, and the partner looks up and nods as well. Let's go, come on. As they both turn, and they sort of wait for you to begin the parade toward the escort towards Stormford.
We should
Lead
bring
the
up the
way
rear.
with Varsha.
Okay.
Just the four of you?
That's right.
I heard griffins.
You've got some keen ears. Yeah, we saw a few griffins flying overhead.
I didn't know there was going to be riders today.
Neither did we.
You don't know who they are? Or why they're here?
No. They didn't report in.
Give me a deception.
$18.
Middle of a war going on and no one's reporting this.
And
Don't suppose there could be any, local fauna? Do they live around here? Are there any cliffs?
No.
Strange.
Yeah. Very
Yeah, I'm sorry,
strange.
chaps. Are we going to be standing out here all day? I'd like to get inside.
I've been waiting
Oh,
for you to
Christ.
move. Come on.
I begin walking.
Yeah. As you begin to walk, Lethaldus just sort of has this a slight smile on his face as he just begins to walk. Hasn't made a peep since he stepped off the boat, but has just been very cooperative this whole time with a slight eerie smile as you make your way up the stone steps. The stone steps probably go for a couple of minutes. There is a check-in point where there are several guards, other sworn, who they clamber. You can hear clambering through the slits in the stone wall nearby as you approach, as they affix some of their armor and their helmets. And one of them reaches out or leans out of one of the holes or the window ports toward the entrance, and both this orcish sworn says,
Yeah, Lethaldus Drake. Very arson. Going to Warden Court. Yeah. Alright.
and the doors begin to open. Inside is dark. There is lit by torch, but it is relatively dark for the most part. You walk in, there is a large wine-stained purple large carpet or rug that reaches across to the other end. Stairs go up into two wings, one that goes obviously left and one right. Left heads up toward a staircase, and right heads a little bit down toward a lower level. Inside this courtyard, large door behind you, there is seats. Almost seats against the walls, almost like some sort of waiting area.
In the waiting area, is there... How is the room, I guess, decorated? Are there tapestries? Is there like a...
Yes.
I know we were told before that there was like different wards.
Mm-hmm.
Would a place like this, I don't know, have like almost like a map or a tapestry of the location or anything like that?
You are here.
Yeah, right. There are tapestries, but there is no maps. There are tapestries on the walls of they look to be thick rugs that have just been hanging up and roped up onto the walls. Through closer inspection, or as you're passing by, they are covering up some sort of engraved bas-relief on the other side of these large tapestries. The tapestries that you do see depict a story of the God King, and it seems like an early part of the Crusades, known as Porasia's Plight, which is when the Spearway was taken over by a Saint Parasia, which is a woman who was able to claim a lot of the northern mines north of Evervale that lead up toward the Frostburn. In a lot of the depictions, Horatia has been leading an army of holy soldiers through this like motif of shadow and corruption, and the entire time she is wielding a sword or a shield that is always facing the camera or the artist or whoever has been sketching, and it has the Evervalian Crest on it.
And
Both of these, they're the same tapestry on both sides, flank both of the walls here as you make your way through.
and is there any signage or no?
There is no signage as you make your way into this area.
Okay.
The two guards that have been following you or have been escorting you up to this point turn and look to you.
Warden Courts. You know where that is? Take it you haven't been here before with all your questions.
No, sir.
All right. Follow me. I'll go.
And the orcish sworn begins to lead you down a pathway up these stairs towards the left side. And there is a roundabout that takes you around, and there is a lift, or looks to be some sort of lift. Large chains, hexagonal in shape, as the links connect and go up toward into the darkness above. Four posts of these chains go up forward. It definitely looks like some sort of dwarven architecture. And he steps onto the lift.
Come on.
Is Warden Luella on duty?
Yes. You have a meeting with her?
Yes.
Deception check. As that is
16.
16. Brief. A brief mumble is made as I think as approval as the lift shudders for a moment and then starts to lower. And for what seems like hours, you are being lowered down this very dark lift. The clattering of the chains on some sort of pulley up ahead start to dim.
Does the lift show different levels? Like we could use it
Yes.
without him?
There is the lift itself is being hand cranked by him. So he's
Is the lift
cranking
open or closed?
The lift is open, and you are
So if
passing
he were
several.
to shout, people would hear.
Yeah, people would be able to hear.
Okay.
There are no doors when, like, you go to a floor. There are no doors that it then opens. It is just open space, and then it goes down. So if he was to shout, yeah, people would hear.
Just to be clear, you said hours. Was that
seems
figurative?
like hours. Figurative.
Seems
Yeah,
like-
yeah. It is. It is probably realistically closer to 5 on the probably later side of 5 minutes, maybe 5 to 10 minutes of just being slowly lowered through. You do count that 3 floors have passed before it finally shudders onto a ward known as the Warden Courts. There is a motif here as soon as you, as it shudders and you begin to start taking in some of the information around you on this floor, that there are pillars here, but the pillars have a texture that don't seem to stay consistent with the dwarven architecture that you have seen up to this point. There are vertical ridges on some of them, and sometimes they have these. They fork and these ridges sometimes fork and have these striations. As you go to get a little bit closer towards these pillars and these columns, you start to notice that they seem to resemble tree bark. And up above as you get closer, and I think as light is starting to show from a torch that is lit or a lantern that is being held by the orc sworn, you start to see that there looks like inverted roots seem to then coil and spread across the ceiling. Some would say branches, but they wrap around the tile and the mosaic up ahead. You make your way forward, and the motif of torches and braziers and things that are lit to keep the room illuminated start to shift toward candle, as a couple of candles here, a pile of wax there that is barely lit as you start to make your way down into these wards. You do all notice that there is a pile of leaves too, sometimes gathered in the corners here, and as you go deeper into this this ward, it does open up to a courtyard where it looks like there is loose dirt on the ground, and there is a large tapestry on the wall of Rolthane, but Rolthane's armor. In this depiction, his armor is not metal, but bark. Hair is nothing but leaves and vines, as this soldier stands tall, foot on the Evervalian shield, and hand over his heart.
The leaf piles. What color are they? Are they green leaves? Or are they dead leaves?
Dead leaves.
Okay.
You do, as you make your way through this area, start to see what looks like to be some cells that pass through, and as you go down some of these wards, within some of these cells, there are this linen-drabbed prisoners. There's like burlap shirts, and maybe even just a shawl, and also burlap slacks. And some of them have slippers, some of them don't, some of them are ratted through. It looks like they are only given one pair of whatever their clothes may be. You do pass through, and there is a small halfling with tattoos going up their arm, shaved sides of their head, or at least it looks like it once was. It's overgrowing now and a little hard to keep under control, as they are sitting, I think, around a wooden bowl as they're trying to scoop some food using their fingers into their mouth, and they kind of look up at you and just inspect you for a moment and then go back to eating. And as you make your way down, there is also a cell of what looks to be an elf. Long curly hair. Doesn't look like they have bathed in a while. And they are sort of pacing back and forth. There is a candle lit in some of these in the hallways here, but there are no fires near any of these cells. There are close lanterns and candles toward the cells, but nothing inside. And yes.
So, how many guards do we see visible in this room, in these wards?
In the wards, you see several guards as you pass through. There's probably 2 or 3 every. I'm sorry, I think you've seen probably 5 in this ward total.
Okay. And
you've probably made your way maybe about 50 or so feet through a couple of these corridors. It does open up to a large courtyard where there are some of these prisoners here that are, they seem to be just sort of muttering and talking to one another. Several armed guards with their hands on or with shields out and hands on their swords, watching as they sort of interact with one another. Go on.
The prisoners that we saw so far, the halfling and the elf, did they have any, I don't know, markings like Botox did, like of the Entente on them anywhere?
Good question.
Make me an investigation.
Okay.
Or a
Investigation.
perception. Really up to you.
11, they're the same.
Okay.
Or 12.
There are some that stand out to you, but the specific elf does not have any. But you do notice that there are some Entente that are here as well. You also do see, as you make your way through, there is a majority of the people in this courtyard who have, it looks like, rope bindings around their neck, almost like some sort of shawl, but just bounded like thick rope.
One rope.
Majority, several, maybe 3 links.
Okay.
Or 3 rungs of this, like a collar. And you are then led slowly but surely through, and this orc leads you to a cell. Slides it open. He presents an empty cell where Letho is to reside.
And are there guards nearby right now? Other than this one?
There is this one, and there's 2 down the hall.
Can they see us?
Yes, they're watching you.
Okay.
The Letho does not have this link collar, does he?
Letho does not,
And he wants to just put him inside there without the collar.
so far.
Now, the ones that are outside have this collar, yes?
Correct. The ones that are in the courtyard, yeah.
Okay. Before we put the prisoner in the cell, I'm just curious, the meeting with the warden.
Yes.
Is she prepared for us?
We can make sure you can get a meeting after this, of course.
We don't have a lot of time. We have some other things to take care of.
Really?
After we're done here. Yes.
Like what?
Need to know, sir.
I'm asking.
My dear man, I wonder if you, is it a good idea to put an arson on a level with tree branches and leaves all around? This man likes fire. Not to tell
He
you
has
how
a
to do your
point.
job or anything.
Make me a
but-
persuasion with advantage.
Because I'm trying to keep up this accent so they don't spot that I'm from Galfish, where there is a fucking civil war happening. 9.
A great question you could ask Luella.
Oh,
Still
right.
my job. But that's a good idea.
Yes, you
Why don't
understand.
you
He
two
casts
stay here
magic.
then? I'll be back with Luella. Come on, you two with me.
And he points to Smith and Jet.
Sap!
Stay here with the prisoner.
Sap!
He pointed to me and Jet to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go get you that meeting.
Sap!
My dear man, this is our commanding officer here. While I'm sure my name precedes me, it is not actually me that has the esteemed pleasure of meeting with your jailer, Warden. What is it?
Sir, I do think it would be better for me to meet with her. You'll have to excuse the soldier
Gilks.
here, sir.
I hold out a hand towards the man. Julius Gilks,
Rather
son
new,
of,
sir.
son of Minister Royce Gilks of Evervale. Just doing my time. Father said a few years, and I can earn a few points of esteem.
Make me a deception with disadvantage.
Oh no!
Oh no.
I have a +6 in deception as well. Look at that 21 next to it.
Oh, golly.
Okay, jailbreak. Let's go. It's happening.
Why are you here? Pack of
Well,
4 people?
Father told me that I had to do
Coming
1 or 2
in with-
years, earn a few little,
Never being here before?
earn some points if I'm to make it up to minister myself.
Questioning everything we're doing already. Who are you?
So he slowly reaches towards, rests his hand on his sword.
I'm going to rush forward, grab his wrist, and lean in to his ear. And then I'm going to drop my disguise. And I'm gonna look with one eye, meeting his other eye. So my left eye and his right eye, or vice versa.
Okay.
I am the blacksmith.
I move into a position that kind of tries to cover this as much as I can from
Right.
the
Yeah.
guards that are behind us.
Same.
Okay.
And I have reason to believe that this place has been compromised. I'm here to clean up your mess.
Give me an intimidation with advantage.
It's a deception within a deception. It's never been done before.
It's never been done.
16.
Okay. I think he, you could see his eyes. He's got yellow eyes underneath the visor of this full helmet, and you could see, and I think you're probably peering through there, you could see his eyes as they widen underneath the helmet, and then he backs up and nods.
And what should we do?
Take me and my friends here to meet the warden.
Yes.
Put the prisoner away
Of course, pretty well.
And he
and
close
stop asking stupid questions.
Yeah, very well, sir. Yeah.
and he takes out a key and locks the door. Letho looks up at you, brow flexing for a moment in confusion as he sees this happen. Hands are still bound, and
I don't turn to Letho at all.
Yeah.
I
Keeping
will
it-
make eye contact with Letho, though.
I'm keeping an eye on the guard.
Mm-hmm. And the guard sort of looks around. You see the two guards, or us, the audience, sees the two guards that were sort of casually watching this interaction sort of snap forward for a moment, and then peer back, and then snap forward again as they try to avert their eyes because they are seeing some sort of reflection of some sort of mission that is above their pay grade. There's the smith shifts into smith form. So you're still wearing this cowl over your armor, yes? And you do not have a mask on or anything. You are barefaced smith, or do you have your
Correct.
helmet on? Okay, great.
I had the illusion of before, the disguise, but it's gone over my face now.
Uh-huh.
I still have the cowl up though.
Okay. He hurriedly locks the door and makes his way up toward a little bit brisker of a pace this time as he makes his way up the ward back from the way you came.
Did he, as he's engaged with Smith, I noticed he closed the cell door. Can I do sleight of hand to see if I can just like stop it from closing all the way?
Yeah, give me a slide. Yeah.
Not my best thing, but I'm gonna try it anyway. $18.
Okay. I think so. I think what happens is because he locked the door. I think he has been so distracted in the Smith in Smith arriving. He goes to close the door, and the door is sliding on these old dwarvish casters as it bounces, and as it does bounce, I think you reach out your hand for a moment, and through the
I'd
bars.
like to actually just tilt my blade, my sword,
Okay.
so that my hilt catches it,
Yeah,
so
and-
that it's not an obvious moving of the hand.
Awesome.
But yeah,
Yeah, so the blade, we all see down over by Varsha's hip as she sort of leans for a moment, and the tip of the scabbard heads into and catches the back, the bounce of this door, and keeping it open. It doesn't actually like bounce close. It just goes at once and then stops. And when we see this guard go to lock, it does lock, but it doesn't catch on anything because it is still ajar mostly. So he goes to do it in just the routine and then pushes you forward, leaving the door not fully locked. And make your way up the stairs. Correct? Unless there's something else
Yeah.
anybody wants to do.
yeah, nope.
Sure, you make your way up the stairs, back towards the way you came. You are greeted with the same, a lot of the same visuals. There are the two guards that were watching sort of snap forward and are confused and watch as this group of strangers come in and start demanding that they are here for some secret reason, and some of the cell mates look up at you in confusion as well as you make your way back through. The hurried sworn guard, this orc known as Osric, makes his way up through the... I think he said that, but I was cut off. His name's Osric. He mentions that. And makes his way up through and leads you to a separate ward. This is the second floor down. So I guess there's the ground floor, and then there was one. And this seems to be some sort of administration hall and some sort of residential ward for a lot of the sworn and the barracks, and this is where a lot of them do a lot of their work, including Wardeness Luella. He leads you through once again, much like the introductory room or that waiting area above. There is a adornment of purple rug as it stretches across the corridors here, and he leads you to this one room where a stone desk or a stone table is out front. Looks like it's, of course, dwarven in make. This was probably a gift to one of the, for those of you who know anything about dwarves and dwarven culture, probably one of the elders or one of the runesmiths, but it has been repurposed into this woman's desk. As she, a woman stands up tall, she's wearing a tight jacket that then feeds into this gown of leather, both red, like a crimson red, and then like this dark brown leather apron. She stands up. The apron is not around her neck, but just down across her waist as she stands up, and she then fixes herself and addresses her hair for a moment, and then looks up at you and says, "Yes? What can I do?"
I look back to the guard. I say, leave us.
"What are they doing here?" And the guard,
We've got a meeting with you, they said.
"I wasn't expecting a meeting."
I'll be here.
He waits inside as well. And he stands and he closes the door behind. And he gives her a nod. She looks at him. Then looks at all of you. "What is this?"
Warden,
"Yes."
it's been some time. Need to speak with you about some urgent business.
"Remind me. Who are you?"
Are we going to play games? Is that what you want to do?
"Why are you here?"
Prisoner I brought in.
"The arson, yes."
No, not that one. That one was for them. Trying to leave things as calm as possible for now. But you have a very big problem here.
"So I've been told."
One of your prisoners, and I believe it to be the one that I've brought in, man goes by the name of Tenno. He's been communicating with the outside.
"How so?"
That's what I'm here to find out.
She makes her way over toward this large stone desk, or she crouches for a moment, and you hear as seems like some sort of drawer slides open. Old in make. I think you would catch this smith, as it just the sounds of it just seems like it is old and ragged, and is probably more pristine, and of course a time that would be taken care of by the right heritage and lineage, but slides a drawer open and pulls out this leather tome and flips it open. She puts it down and takes out another one, flips it open and starts to look. She then, one of them says, Warden Courts. The other one says, Arcane Correction. And then another one that she takes out, and it says, I believe it's, I have it written that I don't have open because I had to restart my computer. It says Reverus Arcanum off on the side of it. And she flips through it.
I see all of these things.
You do see these. You do notice them as names of different wards in Stormford. She flips through this one and she goes, yes, Tenno. Kel Tenno? Is that the
Need you to
culprit?
bring him up here. Need to find out what he knows.
I'm afraid we
Exactly.
can't. He is going through a procedure with a new experimental procedure with the Reverus Arcanum.
What kind of procedure?
Experimental. The God King knows about it, and the God King will only be the one who does. But
Understood.
you are worried about this person, you should check in that ward. Come with me. She brushes her fingertips across the stone as she starts to waltz around the desk. She grabs the Reverse Arcanum Manifest Tome as she then starts to make her way out the door. She turns back and looks at all of you and says, "Are you not following?"
Sir,
And before you answer, she turns and walks.
I just hold up for like one step, and I just, out of the corner of my mouth, I'll sort of whisper to Varsha, "You gotta keep it together. We need to find out what's going on first." And I start walking.
Okay.
I'll pull my hood up again.
You follow Wardeness Luella as she walks through walks through Stormford. Many guards bow as she walks by. There are some other wardens as well, or some other different prison hands and different guards who are also making their way. They seem to be pushing lifting a wheelbarrow or a repurposed mine cart that is now into a wheelbarrow that is slowly creaks and screeches its way down some of these hallways as some of they seem to be administering different potions and different ailments to some of these prisoners. She leads you back to this main lift. A very familiar sound to everyone here at Stormford is the chorus of the chain links that clack and...
Sorry, just to interject here, because I think I might have missed it if you said something. But did we walk past Letho's cell?
You did not. You
okay.
You went back to you were on floor 3. You went back to floor 1. You started ground floor. You went to 1, or you went to 3, and then you went to 1, and now you're going to a separate floor entirely.
I just wasn't sure if we passed by the cell to get to the lift.
Yeah, you did not pass by the cell to get to the lift. So different floor completely. So taking you to a the lift starts to then clack and grind as it makes its way down into a darker level or a lower level. It does get a bit darker down here. Is
there a guard with us?
There is a guard, and it's the same guard. Actually, there is Osric, the Sworn, is with you. The Orc Sworn has been with you the whole time. He is with you as well as Mistress Luella, as you are in this lift going downward. If you are anybody who is counting, it brings you to the 11th floor. And
going down.
Going down. It does look like new earth has been moved here. For those of you who know anything about architecture and anything like that, there is looks like new carpentry as well as a signage that says Reverus Arcanum. And she sort of, I think she nods at all of you with still clutching the tome, and makes her way forward into the ward with purpose.
You mentioned before that we passed them giving people potions or something.
Yes.
Would I, as an alchemist, have had an idea what they were giving them?
Give me a roll.
Okay.
I think investigation with advantage. Unless there's something else you want to
15.
argue with me. Okay, great. So 15, I don't think you can identify what they are.
Okay. All right.
Various colors and hues, but in this...
It was a different floor anyway, right?
Yeah, different... Yeah, that was a different floor. Yeah, that was... that was on... And mainly through some of these courts. They do bring you through this Reverus Arcanum. A lot of the architecture and the layout seems to be the same. You pass through a corridor of cells that opens up into a court, and then you walk through the court and then brings you... And there's nobody in this court, by the way. As you make your way toward another wing or another corridor in the back. And as you do notice the cells here are mainly... they have the beds in these cells are fully made and furnished, but that is the only thing. There seems to be lots of blankets and some sort of cushion on the beds here. When it comes to the facilities or anything like that, it is still a pretty primitive, basic latrine and things like that. No one is in the courtyard, but in its place of where the people would be interacting and standing around, there is a large Astrolabe. I believe in the first episode I referenced one of these. It was like the large gyroscope-looking orbiting display of astrology. This thing is much larger than the one you saw, and it does seem to be moving as a large pearl is rotating around a large gold orb.
How similar does this thing look to the one we saw before?
It looks like it's been made by a different crafter, but you do recognize it as an Astrolabe, but it is not the same make and necessarily the same design. They do both share a large pearl moon, but, as Geolune, but that is it, and that sort of is rotating. And there are some other, I think, celestial bodies you would think are also rotating there, but it is hard to say what they are because you have never heard or seen of them before.
Okay.
A small sheen of almost like oil or maybe even metal tempering starts to then ripple across the side of this, which you would only assume is potentially a Spellwind. But this is rotating and moving, and you could hear it subtly clicking as the metallic mobile and architecture and art piece starts to then just move and echo within this small space. This ward has been very eerily quiet.
Sorry to interrupt.
That's okay.
Are there any obvious controls for this that we pass?
No, there are no obvious controls. Nothing about this art piece or this sculpture of this thing looks to be there doesn't seem to be anything connected to really much of anything, but that you could see.
It won't kill us.
Yeah, this does not look like the same one, or it looks like it's genuine and doesn't look like it's going to roll out and kill you like the last one.
Okay, my last question.
Of course.
Just because I think I'll be looking around.
Mm-hmm.
So this entire time we've been very cautious because we think that this area might have wards or it might have something to prevent magic.
Yes.
So specifically, I have been looking around at the light sources in all the floors to guess if the light sources are magical in nature or if they're just candle wick, torches, that kind of thing.
Make me investigation with advantage.
Good job, Jet.
13.
I'm going to be real chaotic here. Meyer, what do you want them to be?
I think I want them to be magic in places, like globes,
Okay.
I think.
Okay. You do notice as you make your way through that some of these, I think what catches your eye is these wicks are way too long and the flame is burning too high off of these wicks. But you do, as you probably watch one and focus on one of these candles as you make your way by, that the flame isn't necessarily flickering, but it is bobbing up and down as if it is it's suspended by some sort of magic, some sort of arcane spell or energy. And you do notice as well, as you make your way through these courtyards and things like that, that on the ceiling there's a large Evervalian crest, much like the one outside, constantly reminding you of your place here in the kingdom. It is painted on the ceiling. It is not inscribed or etched or masoned into it. It is painted across the ceiling here in these courtyards or these court areas. She leads you down a small corridor, and then she goes right this way. He's busy. And she leads you towards a room. It's not an open cell or anything like that. She opens up the door. She unlocks the door. Excuse me. It swings open, and inside there is one of these floating lights off in the distance, shining a very dim lit splatter of light across the room. As you notice that there is a individual laying in the garb that I've mentioned before, in that burlap garb, a shawl just probably bundled up at their side. Pants are worn, slippers are on, and wearing this burlap shirt as well. A rat's nest of hair is tangled and coiled up in, like, trying to be kept on top of a large iron collar. The person's eyes are closed as they lay horizontally on what looks like to be some sort of very comfortable bed. A large beard is starting to grow, silvering at the tips toward the chin and the bottom lip, as you recognize, Varsha, that this is Tenno, laying with an iron collar and just resting, it seems.
How long will he be busy?
Few more hours.
And how many people interact with him on a daily basis?
Well, the guards here at Reverus Arcanum, I try my best to stay away from any of the inmates.
Of course.
You see, from what I understand, and she's flipping through the tome once again, it was this gentleman that hold on. It was this person who seems he is a Entente operative.
That explains a lot. I don't know if you heard about what happened in Gallfish. And I look at her, trying to gauge any sort of reaction.
Yeah, that's a great question. She sort of raises an eyebrow and looks at you.
Can I make an insight check?
Yes.
It's an 8.
With an 8, It doesn't seem like she knows what you're talking about.
Don't know if you heard what happened in Gallfish, but... well... things didn't go as well as they should have.
She turns her nose toward the tome again.
I think Tenno was involved. Got some information from some of the
How could he be?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. You dropped the ball someplace, Warden Luella. I'm trying to clean up your mess. Now, if you cooperate, I'm sure things will go a lot better for you. If you don't...
If I don't? She looks towards the guard. He looks at her.
If you don't, then there will be repercussions.
Make me an intimidation. What is everybody else doing at this moment?
I am absolutely ready to kill everyone in the room at a
Okay.
moment's notice.
I figured, okay.
That's about it.
So this is Ty being Ty. Got it.
I'm still very cautious about this place
Uh-huh.
and the magic wards and everything that people keep talking about, so I've looked at the light sources. I'm now looking at the walls to see if there are inscriptions, runes, anything at all that could be this thing people are talking about, or is it just a rumor?
Make me a perception.
A 22.
The 22, you've noticed in this ward, particularly around maybe 6 inches of the ceiling here in these rooms and these halls, there is some sort of inscription that is traced along the runes, or traced along the border here. They look to be painted runes.
Okay. And so they're traced around the perimeter of this chamber, or?
Inside each of the rooms, there is like a ceiling border that is some sort of
Okay.
arcane scripture.
And with my 22, would I know if... So I see that they're around these rooms, but the corridor adjoining, does it also have it too? Does it
Yes.
look like there might be...
Ever since you walked into our Reverse Arcanum, this ward, they have been sort of the theme here, as well
Okay.
as all of these have seemed to be.
Okay. I'm going to guess that with my 22, I'm not going to be able to know if there seem to be pockets where they don't adjoin, interlock, or if it seems to be a blanket. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
seem to be some sort of blanket.
Okay.
Warden Luella. She looks down. She's her nose in her tome again. She looks up at you, Smith. She bites her cheek for a moment, and then closes the tome and says, "Is there anything else?"
Who was the last person to speak with Tenno before this? I just inclined my head towards him on the bed.
You know, I don't have that information.
Warden Luella. Do you think that I'm here
I don't have
by
information.
mistake?
The only thing this is me thinking. She does take a little bit of time, and then she says, Her Majesty Drusilla has made her presence here. She gave Reverus Arcanum her blessing. I don't know why she would speak with any of the inmates, but she was the only one who was down here yesterday. Is that...
Is she still here?
Make me an insight.
For not Smith's specialty.
Not Smith's specialty. I think she just turns and walks towards the door. I think for a moment she seems not like a strong, intimidating move, like she turns towards the door to walk because she's done with you, but she turns towards the door like she has given information she wasn't sure she should have. Like she is still pondering something. But she then snaps, she snaps to attention as she reaches the door and then looks back at you as if she's putting a facade back on.
I have a job to do here.
So do I.
Warden Llewellyn.
Yes. You're making it difficult for me to do mine, as much as I'm sure I'm making it difficult for you to do yours. If you would excuse me, I have a prison to run.
If you disable the wards in Tenno's cell, will that interfere with whatever it is that you're doing?
Of course it would.
Very well. Is this meant to go on for very long?
Make me a persuasion, actually. With advantage.
See now, Smith is built more for other things. But that's a natural 20.
That's a natural 20.
He's built
Okay.
for one thing, but fated for another.
Yeah, I think, as you say, should we kill the wards? Maybe that. You see her ponder for a moment. No,
If Her Majesty is in danger.
She just now, I think for the first time, looks you in the eyes, Varsha, and for a moment her eyes furrow as if she's recognizes something in you. And then she turns back and looks at Smith. Says, I see why you have the reputation you have. And why you have been blessed with your reputation.
Warden Llewellyn,
Yes.
you haven't. Trust that you never do.
What you've mentioned about the wards is a fine point, and we will get on that. And she sort of nods towards Osric. Osric.
Yes.
And, well, let's be off. You see, as you all sort of funnel out of the room for a moment, she stays for a second, and she holds her hand up into the air, and she fiddles with something in her pocket, but you don't see this because you just see her back. She pulls something out, and then with a wave of her hand, I'm going to roll an Arcana. Okay. And you see,
how close is Ty to me?
Ty is however close you'd like him to be.
I don't think we're that close, Smith.
I meant
Barely
physically.
friends.
Yeah, oof. Way to
We're
tell
like
him.
family now. How big is the room? So, if
Room's
if this-
15 feet on each side, and there's like it looks like a surgical room where there is a large bed in the center, right, and people can work around, but there isn't much in the room, and if there has been, it's been moved out of here. It is just this room now.
I'm
and these
probably
walls.
near Osric, to be honest, because if it kicks off, he's the one that we need to take down first, so I would probably be near him, so determine amongst yourselves how close.
So you're probably not close to me.
Guess not.
Would you be able to be in a position where you can see me?
I'm going to be honest, probably not, because of everyone in the room, you're the one that I care the least about, because I assume you can take care of yourself the most. If that makes sense. So I'm probably leaving what you can see to you and positioning myself with everything else. I mean, it's only a 15-foot room though, so...
Is there any kind of reaction that happens after she fiddles with this object? Is there some sort of...
is no visual action that happens.
Would I... So you mentioned something about the Spellwind earlier.
Yes.
Now, obviously, we can't visualize the Spellwind at all times, but would there have been a shift in the room at all?
Also, do we feel different? Like if I tried to call up my magic, would it come? Would it be there?
Give me an Arcana check. And what was your question?
It was my question.
Yes, sorry.
It was in a similar vein, I think you said that within this room around the Astrolabe, there was maybe the Spellwind kind of manifesting around it or something. Because
as a
wards are-
visual display.
Oh, as a visual display. Okay,
Yeah,
never mind.
not necessarily the Spellwind itself.
Okay. So my question then would be very similar to Vasha in that when we were in this room, how did I feel magically? Would my my vials, my everything, would they have... I don't know. Other than would I now feel like myself? Did I feel different before?
I don't think you did feel different before.
Okay.
I think because most of your magic is done through objects and things like that, correct?
In a sense, yes.
Yeah, I don't think that you would necessarily feel anything. Varsha, with your 16, you do feel like you feel a breeze, like a cool breeze brushing by your face for a moment as you are rejuvenated with the Spellwind. At least coming from the room.
Okay.
So she makes her way. Yes,
she
go
looks
ahead.
like she's testing out if anything is happening to Tenno while she does this, right?
Correct.
It's like she's doing a little test just to make sure
She waves her hand in the
come
air.
out of this
And then
mind fuckery that's happening.
She checks her tome. She looks up. She then puts whatever this object was back in her tight attire. Then waits. And then turns and then looks at all of you. And then starts to make your way toward you. Very well.
Any change?
Hard to say. She goes then to close the door. On not looking at you, she then turns.
Did she use a key?
She did.
I'm keeping an eye on where she put it.
Mm-hmm. It folds back onto into the robes that she has, I think, underneath the apron she has around her waist.
Mm. And as far as guards go, Osric is the only one.
Osric is the only one near you and in front of. Make me a perception or investigation. Really up to you. Just roll me something.
22.
It seems like you are the only ones in this wing, at least. The guards down here are sparse, considering it's like eerily quiet in this ward. A lot of the wards that you've seen, or a lot of the cells that you have seen, and the inmates that you have, are usually resting in one position or another. So it's pretty easy to guard down here. So it's a little bit smattered when it comes to the guard presence. I take it you wish to execute?
Not yet. I need to find out more information. I don't know how Tenno is the one that communicated to the Entente, but I need to find out how. I need to see all of the documentation pertaining to Tenno that you can show me.
Give me another persuasion.
Seven. Couldn't keep up forever.
Yeah, it always happens. She goes, very well. I have some records upstairs. Follow me. And she, exasperated, starts to then walk. Osric looks at you. You can tell through the full helm that he has. Turns. And then starts to follow.
I fall in line with Osric.
Okay.
And I sort of just barely incline my head towards him. And I say, you seen anything strange lately?
No. But if anything is going on, he probably just disrupted it.
That could be bad. We need to find the root of the problem. Especially if Her Highness is here.
Yeah.
Can I insight check him
Yes.
when he says Your Highness? Because usually people, I don't know,
Insight
subconsciously
check.
like look in a direction.
Smith
yeah, okay.
or this guy?
The guy that he
Osric.
said that to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you may.
7, so fuck me, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, you get nothing.
Sorry.
Thank you for apologizing for your bad roll. The guard, it's hard to say. I mean, with a 7, he's got a full helmet on. Can't really read much of it, the body language. I think maybe you're looking too much into his eyes. Maybe there was something else that could have happened, but you can't read
I think I'm just focused on Tenno.
Yeah,
so.
that's probably it too. Yeah, you're just probably focusing on Tenno. Yeah. Tenno unmoving this entire time.
Even when I spoke, and that is heartbreaking. So I'm just gonna cry in a corner.
Okay. Varsha runs off to cry in a corner.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I'm just sort of following.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Behind the thought process here, I think Smith is trying to figure out all the angles, trying to figure out the best place to do anything here. Being this far down near Tenno's cell is both a good and a bad thing. There's the potential to rescue Tenno quickly, few guards, and then there's the fact that we don't know how much is controlled from the Warden's office and what she has on her. And I don't know if me making this decision is better than Smith.
Right.
I'm curious
I
if
understand that.
I should make a roll here to determine the best place to make this happen. Because Smith's intention in this situation is to find the quietest place to put the Warden down.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask Smith this. What will Smith do after the Warden is taken out? Let's say that ideal situation happens. You
Get
find
Tenno.
a quiet corner.
Get Tenno, go back up the lift, head to our distraction, activate distraction, raise hell.
Raise hell. Give me an intelligence check.
I'd like to ask a question
23.
while he's figuring this out.
Okay.
To the Warden, I suppose.
Okay.
Is there any way to communicate back to the palace from here? Maybe Tenno had help?
None. Make me an insight.
Or
There is no way.
I would
And
like
that's
to.
the worst insight, is when I say, hey, you should make an insight, and then you fail it. It's always wonderful.
23 on my intelligence check.
Yes.
Okay.
Meyer, question real quick?
If possible, I would like to remember, maybe using a history check or not. I've noticed these runes on the ceiling,
Yes.
along the skirting of the walls. Would I recall if I have seen anything like this before? Would this now spark a recollection or no?
I don't think so.
Okay,
Even with
all right,
like a critical history, I don't know if you would ever have seen this before.
okay.
This sort of, this is a new experimental wing that she has mentioned before. So even just the inscriptions themselves could be experimental. You haven't
Okay.
seen it out in the field or anything like that. With the 23 intelligence check, Smith, you, for a moment, I think time slows down as you're watching or as you're walking with everybody, and you sort of have this internal monologue about what you should do here. And what does happen is you come to the conclusion that there isn't enough information to pull off anything. If you do X, Y, and Z distraction, you still don't know how many guards are here, what their shifts are, what that's going to look like, where that's going to raise hell from. And even if you do start the distraction, and everything does go off without a hitch, and then you go on up to Warden Luella's office and see if there's any controls or anything, you're not entirely sure that even exists just yet. There is still a lot of what ifs that are in play, and I think the best thing that you come up with is you need more information, and that's going to cost you more time.
Right.
You also do
I'm
remember
not going to do that.
that there is. Okay. Yep.
While I'm leaning into Ostrich,
Uh-huh.
I assume Ty and Varsha and Jet are behind us. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're in the process of leaving the room with Tenno, right?
Correct.
Okay. Can I leave the sending stone? Can I drop the sending stone
Give me a sleight of hand.
with Tenno?
Yep.
Oh boy.
Reminder, it can only be used once.
Oh, right. There was only the one. Yep. You said that last week. There's
Wait,
only
what?
one. Meyer said there's only one. Last week said that there was only one charge left in the sending stone.
He did say this as Jet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He mentioned it last week.
So are you still doing that, Varsha?
Yeah.
Okay.
21.
Yes, you are able to. How you take it away? Where do you leave this? What does it look like? I assume we go back in time for a moment as you.
Yeah,
you're
I
in
think
there.
I'm like looking while he's asking questions and everybody's kind of distracted. I think I just go over. I touch his face gently and I put the sending stone in his hand and I close his hand around it.
Okay.
And then I walk away and just no one saw.
Yeah.
They were too busy with everything else.
All right.
Yeah, so as we're following the Warden,
Yes.
I make the decision in my head after going through everything that this is still probably the best place to make this happen. And as I lean into Osric, I motion with my left hand behind me. And I make a fist and I sort of shake my fist violently.
I assume I recognize this.
Yes.
You definitely
Yeah.
would.
Yeah, okay. Then I will attack. I will take action.
And
Okay.
I'm going to grab Osric and slam him into a wall, hopefully with the intention of slamming him to the ground.
Okay.
Hmm?
Let's. I don't think this is ready yet, but let's get initiatives, and then we'll roll that here in a second as I get this going. I don't know what this even looks like.
Neither do I, because I don't have a token.
Hey, classic. Okay, let me go ahead and give you that token. I think these are old tokens.
Oh no, I do, but I don't have vision.
Okay. How about now?
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah. okay.
Should have 60 feet dark vision.
I
How's
have
that?
no vision.
I see nothing.
Oh, wait, no, I do. It was just pull us over to the spot.
You seeing things?
I see
Yes.
nothing, no.
Oh, and you got deleted somehow? That's good.
Is she on the wrong layer?
Oh, now I cannot see anything.
Now you can't say anything at all.
Well, I can barely see an area. I think somebody has a torch or something. Yeah, I think Jet has a torch.
Why did I lose Marshall? Doesn't make any sense. Well, I guess that's just that, I guess. All right, so we'll...
It's okay. I can look
we'll
at the
figure
other
this.
screen. Yeah. No worries. Go ahead. Start.
Oh, that's true. We can just do that.
Yep.
Okay.
You should just be able to do it in this thing. You don't have to do it on the original token. Just double click each one.
I just don't know where.
It's
go to
under
dynamic lighting.
dynamic lighting.
And just type
Dynamic.
any number in.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
And make
Okay,
sure
I
that
can see it on the
token,
other screen.
Is the token
Refresh.
attached to the character sheet
Okay.
on the first page?
Yeah, it was
I've done
there and
that
then it
before.
deleted, or then I lost it. So I've got to.
I mean,
I'm gonna refresh and see if there's
I
anything.
don't know what it's called.
Yep,
When
there it
you
is.
select. If you double click the token, it says that it is accessible by PB. Is what I mean. On the first page, not on the dynamic line.
Yeah, it should be. It's
First
controlled
tab.
by you. Yep. Anything?
PB refresh then.
I just did. It's fine. I can see the other screen. Let's just go.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Have you
All right.
looked around the map?
Yep. I'm completely zoomed out. It's completely black. I'll refresh and see what happens, but let's go.
Okay. I don't see you even here at all. That's really weird. I'm going to refresh again. All right. So we have initiatives
All right.
that I have to do. So you are attacking Osric?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and slam Osric into the wall.
Okay. That is... Great. That is great. Give me an attack. Let me start this off.
Okay. Now, would this be an athletics check, or am I doing?
I think you're just going to be doing a regular attack, right? Because you
It's
attack.
the same roll, I believe.
Yeah. Then give me an athletics thing.
Okay. That's a 6.
All right. So unfortunately, he bats your hand away, and then he goes to draw his sword. I've got to add things to initiative here.
Remember to.
If you can click your tokens and then roll initiative, just so I have it, and then I could adjust it.
Mine was
You-
13.
Yeah, you can't for some reason. Can I roll initiative for you?
Right click each token and add.
Oh, thank you.
Should be able to edit it now. There you go.
Yeah, I got it.
And you all can edit your own. Is that what's happening? Because that's sweet. Dwayne Smith. All right, great. Go ahead. Wow. Okay. All right. So the top of the round starts. You go to then throw this guy into the wall. He bats your hand away and draws his sword. And now, Ty, it's your turn.
Am I aware that we can cast magic
I don't think so.
All right. I'm just going to assume that I can't then. So I will. What the hell is that? Is that a witch? What is that?
That's her. That's Drew. That's
Warden Llewellyn.
Warden Llewellyn. Thank you. So she's over here doing the. Oh no, she was walking out.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she made her way out.
Well, I would assume that Osric and I were behind her.
I don't know which way we were going though, right?
Yeah, you're leaving that direction. You're going left. You're going west from here. So she was making her way out.
Either way, I'm behind her.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on. I just see killing is beginning. So
Yeah.
and she has demonstrated that she is some sort of mage.
Yep.
So I properly rogue Naruto run across. I'm behind her and I am shanking. This is a proper prison shanking. Now we have all these big robes, which means I assume we have our full arsenal of weapons with us.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We didn't really discuss it, but I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Can I attempt to cast Booming Blade?
A lot of things that could happen here. You could attempt to cast Booming Blade,
thing to
but
say.
what is
that?
What is the worst?
I'm just trying to think. My brain is just caught between myself and Ty, where like Ty is just going to assume that it won't work. I don't think he is. My brain is filled with anxiety, and it's like, oh, what if it does something bad to me? Ty's brain would just assume it wouldn't care. So I will attempt to cast Booming Blade. So does it work before I click any buttons?
Make me an Arcana.
Okay. 18.
It works.
Ooh. Yep, I literally appear behind her. Booming Falcata at the Warden on a 25.
On the Warden.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm killing the Warden. I don't know what the plan is. I just am killing everything. I can't figure out why,
25 hits.
we wouldn't. Okay, 25 hits. So I appear behind her. I will shove this Falcata into her back. It does the extra thunder
saving throw for
damage.
Booming? Or does it just happen? It just happens, right?
No, she becomes wreathed in purple energy, booming energy, and if she willingly moves 5 feet or more, then she takes the extra damage.
She takes damage immediately now too, though, right?
Yep, so she takes the 5 piercing and the 4 thunder. I also get sneak attack because I am swashbuckling kid. And then my offhand, my scimitar comes around for another attack. On a 15 though.
Okay, 15 hits.
He's unreal.
Jeez,
goddamn.
So is that a total of 30?
So that is 29.
29.
And she has a spell on her right now.
21, 29.
Right? Am I wrong?
Yep. Okay.
That's an easy Lego number for me, the 12 and the 8. That's what I call Lego numbers. They're like nice and easy
they
to
fit
stick together.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. So you...
Tetris math.
Tetris
That's how I
math.
do it.
Yeah, exactly. It's me too. So you... so describe how does your Falcata, your booming blade erupts from the Falcata as you slice across her back. Are you stabbing or are you slicing? What's happening?
I'll stab with the Falcata and then I'll slice with the scimitar.
Okay.
And my whole thing here is how does she react? Hopefully she just falls down dead, but I don't trust mages. I've seen them do all sorts of silly things. I mean, I can do some silly things. So I immediately whip those things back. And then I also move. I step backwards. I'm actually going to move again because I can.
Because you can. You might as well.
So I'm going to move back to here. Not next to the
Okay.
orc.
Yeah. So
And I
you're
spin my swords, and I'm watching her, and I'm ready, and I'm kind of somewhat aware of what's going on behind me, hoping that Smith can just deal with this other guy, and then I don't know what the other two are doing.
okay. So you come down with you stab with your falcata. The arced blade then stabs across her armor, and you can only I think a chunk of the leather armor that she has and this garb that she has breaks and brittles away as you then slice and chop and drag your blade across her back as she screams, and then your scimitar comes around and cuts the lower part of her back as she screams again in pain, as she turns around and she's like eyeing you with the tome in hand, and then now it's Varsha's turn. Varsha, it's your turn. She can't do anything yet. I was getting excited.
Okay. I cannot move my token, so you'll have to do it for me.
Yes.
I would just like to move. Actually, I think I can do this move without stepping forward. Yeah, I just need to move over to see her. Yeah, I just need to be able to see her.
Pop here. Okay.
So actually, what I think would be really cool is Ty does his insane fucking bullshit where he's cutting her up and then he kind of steps back, and I just reach my arm out like next to him as he's falling into place, and it looks like a purple whip comes out, and I'm gonna use Varsha's pain on her, and she needs to roll an intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
DC is 15.
She's advantage on that. It is a 19. She beats it.
Okay.
It's actually probably more than that. But I rolled on the die a 19.
Let me just see if anything happens on a successful.
Sure.
She takes half as much damage on a successful.
Okay. Great.
Cool. Okay, which is 3d6. 1 second.
Yep.
6. She takes 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay.
After it's been halved.
After it's been halved. Thank you.
Yeah, so that is, she takes the 6.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
I will now maybe turn to face the other guy so he doesn't attack Ty. So I'm like body blocking.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Jet, it is your turn.
Okay. I am going to... I see Ty run to the corridor and they come back. I hear this scream. And I'm going to run to that gap. I'm going to pull out my crossbow. And I'm going to shoot the woman with my crossbow.
Okay.
So that is 8 to hit.
8 does not hit.
Okay.
I think she's looking. She just got attacked by this arcane whip. As she then I think in the reaction of her in pain, is able to dodge just unluckily as the arrow sails by her shoulder.
Okay, so I see her react. I'm going to look down and I'm going to reach to to my scabbard with the dagger that I asked me if I had. I pull out this red dagger from a blue scabbard and I'm going to throw it at her. 19 to hit.
19 hits?
Okay. There are 3 points of dagger damage.
Okay.
It's a very specific kind of damage.
Yep, exactly. Thank you.
And then you see when it hits her, it's going to start to...
Dagger.
Yeah. It's going to shake a bit and then return back to the scabbard. And I'm going to roll here.
All right. Smith, it is your turn. You just went to reach out to push this guy and he slapped your hand away and drew his blade.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
What are you thinking? Run us through what's going on in Waxbrain.
Too many things.
Yeah, all options.
All right. I'm going to shocking grasp this guy.
Okay.
You can see my gauntlets start to light up with some energy, and they start to fill up the charge. And actually, that's advantage, right? Because he's got armor on.
Yep.
Metal armor, I should say. Sorry, let me roll that again. 20.
Not a crit, though, is it? No. Okay.
No.
All right. Yep, that hits.
Yeah, it's 12 lightning damage. Then I'm going to shit. I really wish somebody would have stopped her. Okay. If I see that she hasn't been stopped yet, I'm trying with one arm as I'm zapping this guy. I'm looking around wildly. Did somebody get the warden?
I tried.
She's bleeding.
Damn it! And then I'm going to teleport away
Okay.
with my boots of the winding path.
An arc of lightning
And-
crackles. And as it snaps, so does
There.
Smith out of existence. But then reappears. Right there.
And then I cannot see her, but I know I can see her, and I'm going to run her down and
Okay.
basically try and tackle her.
Yeah. Okay. Give me athletics. She's preparing for it because she's facing you. Actually, this is all happening at the same time. Yeah, go ahead. 15. Let's see what she has. This is, oh, no. Rolled a natural 20. So I think what happens here is you go to tackle her. And I don't. It's hard. You're in like a confined space, so she can't just like step
Maybe
out
I'm
of
just
the
a
way.
little slow.
Yeah, I think you're just a little slow, and like when you reach
can't
her,
see her, but she can see you.
Yeah, who can't see her? Is it Whack or Smith?
What?
Whack.
Smith can't see
Oh,
her.
you
yeah.
just can't see her.
Oh,
but
okay,
Smith can. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so you chase forward. I think, yeah, maybe the footing is off as you snap back into reality and you start sprinting, but you can't quite make it to her to tackle her as she reacts. I think you're going to just stop right at, where the hell is my mouse? Right here. As you're engaged with her, but you weren't able to tackle her just yet. Anything else you
That's
can do?
it for my turn.
Okay. Okay. On her turn, she reaches into her pocket, the same pocket where she had some sort of object before that she pulled out. She takes out a small sphere made of some sort of arcane metal, and as she takes it out, it starts to then glow white hot, and as it does, a large flash and a distortion happens in the space that she's standing in, and when the flash disperses, she's nowhere to be seen.
Fuck.
Osric's turn, the sworn that had led you throughout this entire place, goes to then swipe at
Me.
Varsha. Thank you. Swipe at Varsha. with a... Actually, no, yeah, I'm going to do that.
Oh yeah, what about Booming Blade?
Booming Blade, she does.
Oh,
Thank you so much. Yeah,
thank you.
That was
get-
deck dice. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Deck Dice. Also, Smith, you get an attack of opportunity as well. This is on her turn, and she's leaving your space, so you get to attack her as she.
Is she teleporting or running though?
This is.
Visible?
She is leaving the space. She is not running. She is teleporting.
Oh,
I don't think. I'm just going to be honest. I don't
You
think.
don't think they get the movement? Well, Booming Blade still goes on.
I don't think it does. I don't know about an attack of opportunity, but I'm pretty sure that teleportation isn't movement. I think the point is like,
Got it.
I think it's movement. You know what I mean? Not
Yeah,
teleportation.
well, did she move after she teleported?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if she's
Yeah,
in
the
a
Booming
different
Blade
space.
is still going to happen, yeah, because otherwise she's going to...
Right.
Right. The Booming Blade will still
You-
happen, whether or not it's in front of you or wherever she ends up.
Right. Yeah, I guess if she moves after that.
Yeah.
$16 for my Thunder Gauntlets.
16 hits.
6 on the booming blade.
6 from the Thunder Gauntlets.
Yeah, you go to, I think, as you just reach her, she then tries to teleport out of there. And as she does, I think you reach forward with your arcing gauntlet and grab her for a moment. And as you do, you feel the charge disperse onto her as she winces through the distortion. As and then you hear way off in the distance, but not actually. And then she takes the booming blade damage.
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
assuming she's back 11 floors above us, so.
Yep.
I mean, if we did hear it, I'd be running. But
You don't hear it actually, but
Yeah.
somewhere.
Do we feel the gain of experience points, or is she alive still?
Yeah. Get that Minecraft.
Yeah, do it, ding.
When that ding 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 ding
Coins.
ding
Yeah,
ding
ding,
ding
ding,
as they
ding, ding.
hit you.
Yeah, it's just from somewhere the XP catches up with you.
Yeah.
So you don't feel that because it isn't Minecraft, and that's all I'm going to tell you. So the Osric goes to swipe. I'm sorry, and
Yeah.
hits you for. Well, he rolled a 19.
Okay, no,
but-
stop.
Yep.
I will shield, and it makes it 21, so he does not hit.
21. Well, I rolled a 19. His attack is. What the hell is my attack?
It's definitely going to be higher than a 21.
Yeah, if this Orc Warden has a +1 to his attack,
Yeah.
he needs to be
Because I
fine.
think I'm looking at the wrong one. I was looking at the wrong one. So this was. Yeah, it's a +6, so it's a 24. 25.
Yep. Okay, that'll hit me.
Sorry about that. Okay.
No, it's okay.
So the 25.
You had to control Z that shield though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can do that. For 11 damage as the sword comes out and he swipes forward at you, and you can sort of hear it sing as it's through the air as it swipes down and bites you in the shoulder for 11 slashing. Okay. Back to the top of the round. Tythair, it is your turn.
I turn around pissed off, run around Varsha, bounce off of a wall, and attempt a booming blade again. Do I need to Arcana again? Or was the Arcana to see if I could even...
The Arcana
Sorry.
was to see if you could even do it.
You look pissed off at me? You glare at me?
No, I
Is
look
that what I
pissed
just
off
heard you say?
and run
Okay.
around you.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not even aware that you're here.
That's why I was surprised.
Yeah. Do I need to do Arcana again? Sorry.
No, that was just to see
Okay.
if you can cast.
Falcata. Plus booming blade on him again. And 22.
22 hits.
And I'm continuing to swing around him as I spin and attempt to slice him with the scimitar in my offhand once more. On a 14 this time. Oh, I had a sneak attack on the first one.
Okay.
14 against his AC there.
14 does not hit as it skips across this plate mail.
And I dance around him again and back behind Varsha. This is just me. I run around him.
You're doing
Jump off of a wall. Booming blade Falcatas. Glance off of his armor with my offhand, and I dance around behind Varsha again.
Okay, so the total was
24.
Okay.
And he has booming blade on him as well, which means he moves.
Did you do that 9 slashing damage underneath the 14 scimitar?
Didn't hit.
No.
No.
Okay.
14 didn't hit.
Yeah.
And that is all.
Okay, awesome. Varsha.
I will cast that spell again. Varsha's Pain, so he needs to do an intelligence saving throw. DC 15.
Oh, it was an 11. I thought it was a 1. Okay, he fails.
Okay.
How does this look again? I'm sorry.
It looks like a purple whip that comes out from her hand because she has to physically move to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So I think she just I think actually I'll reach out and I'll grab his armor and then it comes out and wraps around him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Some sort of arcane displacer beast.
Yeah, pretty much. He'll take 11 damage and he can't take a reaction until the end of its next turn. Moreover, on his next turn, he has to choose whether he moves, takes an action, or a bonus action. He can only do one.
Oh, that's cool.
Which I wanted to go off on her, but oh well.
Oh, that's so nice because I forgot that he had multi-attack last round. So this is great. All right, perfect. He did how much damage? 11? Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I will do... no, I have a shield. I don't have a second weapon right now.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it for me.
So you grab onto his arm, his shoulder, his hand.
Yeah, I think I grab onto his breastplate, actually. I just grab right onto his breastplate and let the thing wrap up and around him.
Sure, yeah. And from somewhere near you and in your space, like an arcane vine wraps around around his torso and his chest, and just for a moment, just it constricts, and there's like a pulse of arcane energy as it disperses into the arcane or into the Spellwind as he suffers this damage. Hell yeah, that's sick. All right, Jet, your turn.
How is he looking?
Is he hurt? He's hurt. He can't move. There is like this pink smoke that is steaming through the crevices and chinks of his armor, which happens to you recognize as the booming blade.
Okay.
You've seen this spell before, and also this dispersion of arcane magic. And it
I actually don't know if you've seen it before. This is my first time using it.
The booming blade.
His.
Blade,
Okay, yeah.
But that arcane tendril you just saw for the first time as it shatters and racks him as he sort of falls for a moment, but he still then recovers and braces his footing again as he's ready.
Okay. I'm going to go up here to the top side. I'm going to reach out and pull out that blackened tube that I have with the intricate crystal stopper. Yep. I'm going to shake it and point it towards the guy. And as I do, the crystal starts to glow green, and a lance of green light goes towards the guy into his helmet, and I'm casting Ray of Sickness at him.
Yeah, you are. What do I have to do? Nothing. Okay, great. So you hit me with that.
So that's a 2d8 poison damage.
Hell yeah.
And let me see.
If you roll that from the core page, it'll roll the damage.
Okay. I think I did it. Did I?
Yep. 7 damage.
All right, so I've got to make the Constitution save. Not rolling well for these people today. Good. 7. So that is...
Except for the Warden.
Except for the Warden, it's true.
One we actually care about.
That's true,
so they are poisoned.
Right. I shouldn't have spoken. Haha, get wrecked. The 7 poison. Okay, awesome. And I take the poison condition. I am wow, really cool. All right. So for a moment, you shake the bottle and you uncork it as a ray of. This...
I don't uncork it.
Oh, you don't uncork it. Excuse me.
No.
So probably through the focus of the crystal, this
Yes.
beam is created. Okay, awesome. So the crystal cork at the top by shaking and then pointing a beam of magnified arcane energy of necrotic energy.
Yes.
This black ichor lances forward. You just hear whispers on the wind as the beam passes right by you, Varsha, as it splashes onto and reflects on his faceplate and screams. And
Is he wearing full armor?
He's wearing full armor.
Like he's wearing like a proper like just classic knight looking
Yes.
thing. Can't see him underneath it all,
Yes.
but we know that he is orcish.
Yeah, because
we-
his from the he wasn't wearing that quilted armor underneath. It was just on his muscular orcish body.
Chafing body.
His
So
chafing
is
body.
it
Well, everyone
possible
knows
to
that
tell
orcs
how-
are immune to chafing. So,
Is it possible to tell how messed up he is?
give me an insight or a medicine. Give me a medicine.
Medicine. 22, baby. Where's that roll earlier on when I did it?
He looks to be exhausted. Like he's not standing as proud and as tall as he was before, but he is seems to be exhausted and looking very weak at the moment. As you start to see dribbles of vomit start coming and dripping down off of the seam of his full helmet.
Can I shout at group?
Yeah, you can do whatever you like.
I literally just shout, "Don't kill him!"
Okay.
I shamefully put the vial away.
All right. And Smith, your turn.
Yeah. I still can't see anything,
Okay. Now you have
but
no
I
idea what-
yell back to the group. She might still be on this floor. I'm gonna look. And what I will do with whatever vision I have is bonus action teleport 15 feet back the way that we, the area before the cell.
You see something now? You're going to teleport
No.
back before the cell?
Yep.
This way.
I'm going to use the arrow. I'm going, that way-ish.
Okay.
I take it I don't see anything in my immediate vicinity that looks like her.
There we go. Now you see something?
Yes.
Okay, good. Good.
Okay. Which way did we come?
You wrapped around the northern side here.
Then that's the way I'm going.
Okay.
I'm basically using a dash action.
Okay.
Move as far as I can along that path. And I am in my guardian mode, so I'm not quite as fast.
You just teleported 15, right? And now you're going to dash?
Yep. Because I have bonus action is my Boots of the Winding Path.
Yep, pretty sweet.
And then I'm just running, so 60 feet.
60.
Yeah. So, I'm not sure where I was there, but, one more square back, I guess. So I'll be right here.
Okay. As you make your way to wrap around toward the lift. Okay.
Do I hear any yelling or anything? Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. There is, yeah, no, there's nothing. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay.
So, did we not hear the boom when she moved
You
at all.
You did not hear the boom when she moved. That
At
was just
all.
me being silly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And I guess it's nothing to do with my character, so never mind.
Okay. All right. It is the sworn Osric's turn. He now can either move, bonus action, or do an action.
Or action. Yep, only one.
Hmm. Okay. He is going to, for a moment, he holds out his his shield, and as he does, he bows his head much like the salute that you saw earlier. And as he does, the gold flecks of his armor and the filigree on the Evervalian Crest over the left pauldron starts to glow. And as it does, he starts to then... And you see he starts to stand up tall again, and that exhaustion that he had seems to fade as he then braces.
Come on.
And he cast a spell. I see you regain some hit points. It is now Ty, your turn.
Man, this is annoying. I super want to keep him alive so he can tell us information, but I also feel like he won't anyway, so I'm pulled between whether
Ending
it's
him.
worth it or not.
Right.
I'm just trying to think. I'm just
Take your
literally
time.
trying to think.
Yeah.
If
What do you
You
think?
can always do subdual
What
damage,
I'm-
right?
what I'm thinking is, honestly, it might be worth just killing him and doing it ourselves rather than spending the time trying to interrogate him, because it's going to take forever. And I'm just, because Smith has run off and I wanted him to do it, and if he's going to literally run all the way upstairs, then we're better off just killing this guy. Yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna just fucking try and kill him. I'm
Okay.
gonna run up, run the same thing. I just start dancing around Varsha,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna try and hit him with my
I think we see, like, for a moment, Ty
booming
just
blade.
Don't
and
kill
then do
him,
the
and then
same
he,
movement.
yeah.
Just,
Literally, I shout, "Don't kill him!" Then Smith runs off, and then I sigh, and then I try and
yeah,
kill him.
you do the same. Yeah, then you do the same move again.
Blade cutter, kind of.
25 on the
Yeah, exactly.
booming
That hits.
Alcata, 13 on the sneak attack damage as well,
Jesus, I
and
forgot to
then
do that.
the offhand coming in on a 12, which is a miss. So another glancing attack.
Mm-hmm.
As that will be 19,
32.
20, 32. I got there as quickly as you did.
Yeah, he did. Tell me how you kill this man.
I say, oh fuck it, and then I run past Varsha, and then I just, this guy is all messed up, right? So
Mhm.
I stand next to him, I put my hand on the edge of my falcata and just push it into the side of his neck.
Booming
think-
blade, a concentration spell.
Does it matter?
Yeah, it really does.
Why?
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 I care about the warden, not this guy.
It's already over. It only lasts one turn, and hers went off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
counter.
just
Yeah, yeah.
wanna- yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it doesn't do repeated damage. It just does the one if you move. So this is irrelevant. I just
So you like stab this guy. I think his fucking blood spurts all over, and I'm like, I look at you like you literally. I'm confused.
as this guy is falling down with the falcata, I like put my head on my leg on his head and pull the falcata out. There's probably blood everywhere, and I say, Yeah, thought maybe we could find out where Drusilla is, but he ain't gonna say shit, is he? To be honest.
Hey.
Well, we need a fucking plan. Where the
I
fuck did
rush
Smith
in
go?
for Tenno.
Okay.
I sprint to where Smith is to look for him. Mr. Smith! Mr. Smith!
Fuck.
Okay.
I follow Varsha then.
All right.
I'm running down the hall after you though, shouting, we need to find Drusilla.
I'm still going for Tenno.
I'm following you as we
Okay.
go. We retrace.
Yeah.
Retrace. I'm 100% on your. This
Yeah.
was my plan as well, kind of.
Okay, so you make your way over towards Tenno. He's still resting where you left him.
Is he responsive at all? Like if I'm assuming when I kneeled down and I touched his face and gave him the stone, he didn't even look at me, right?
Make me a medicine.
$19.
You make your way over toward him, and for a moment, he is unresponsive, but you are able to. He does sort of adjust when you get near, sort of showing you that there is something there. And I think after a while, if you'd like, you can pat him awake.
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
he-
Yeah.
He tries to say something, but he can't. You can't quite hear him. He's got this collar that goes up over his nose.
It's me. It's me. It's me. How do I get this off? Do you know? Can you show me?
He tries-
Okay. We're going. And I just like put his arm up over and I pick him up and we start to go.
Okay.
And I will go with Ty out.
Hold on. I look at Tenno and I cast message. Can I do that?
Yes.
I message Tenno and
Make me an arcana.
oh yeah, fuck. 3.
Oh wow. That could have been so bad.
I had a flash of how bad that could be. Anyway, so yeah, you're able to cast.
I say, Tenno, where's your son? Where's Trey? Is he here?
Trey? He's not here. He's gone.
Okay. What was your plan?
What do you mean?
Plan? What's the fucking plan? Lorcan sent us in. You said you had a plan.
What plan? What do you mean?
All right, we're gonna get
What
you
are you
out
doing
to the
here?
ship. We're getting you out. Can we get this thing off your face?
I don't know.
Fuck it.
And you start to hear him. Just sort of struggling from underneath, panicking, erupts
It's
from
okay.
underneath
It's okay.
the collar.
I will squeeze. I will like hug him. It's okay. It's okay. I'm right here. I'm right here, and we're getting out. Okay.
To Varsha now, I
I'm
say.
like, yeah. I'm still walking.
get into the ship.
Yeah. Okay.
We gotta find Drusilla. We can't miss this.
I know.
Okay.
Okay. So I will bolt with him to take Tenno to the ship. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Back in time, only a couple of moments as Smith is sprinting down the hall toward. You do make your way past the courtyard and also the court, that silent court, that creaking astrolabe as it's slowly rotating slightly over your head as you're cutting across the courtyard and down through some of these cells. Only your footfalls and your thoughts are what accompany you in through this corridor as you make your way. I think behind you, when you reach one of these long corridors, you do hear Jet calling for you, or at least Jet clambering to meet up with you.
I'm looking around wildly as I'm trying to see if there is anything that I can use to my advantage here. I'm looking, since we can't send a signal to Letho, to see if there's anything I can sabotage here to cause a distraction, looking at the Astrolabe.
Yeah, give me investigation. You're looking for a distraction? Or anything you can use, really.
Yeah, basically I'm looking for a distraction, something that can take the attention off of us. 19.
I wonder if it's magic.
Not sure. I don't know what kind of spell the warden used. I wasn't sure if she's still on this floor or not. She might have gone invisible or something. I've seen it happen before. Trying to keep an eye out. Listening for anything.
If you want, I can check to see if it's magic or not. I still have my...
Don't waste it. If you can't tell from a glance, we move on. Where are Varsha and Jet?
It's not magical.
And Ty.
Okay, it's not magical. It doesn't look magic. They're still behind. They killed the orc.
Okay. Do they have Tenno? Did you see them get Tenno?
I did not see them get to no. I saw you go.
Is the lift here?
It's behind us.
Lift is not here. No, lift is forward some more as you are making it through. I think you're at the last stretch before the lift. Yes, you can make it onto the lift. But
You think she's back on floor 1?
On my investigation check.
You got a 19 on the investigation. Yeah, sorry, I was thinking about something else as well. So while you're investigating, you do see that this is not magical. You do, when it comes to at least this Astrolabe here, it does arc and creak as it makes its way through. It has to be connected to something, some sort of rigging for it to... It has to be connected to some sort of rigging for it to do what it is doing, unless it is connected to some sort of mechanical machinery, which the creaking and the whirring of it sort of lets you know. It's not necessarily swinging because of any sort of physics imbalance or magnets, but there is some sort of crank, which means there must be a machine using it, which means, and if it is metal, then this entire thing could be conductive somehow.
I run up to it, put a gauntlet on it as it begins to charge up, and I shock and grasp this thing.
Okay, give me an Arcana. With advantage.
I'm going to look at the floor because I remember the last time he did this to a Astrolabe. Is the floor wet?
The floor is not wet.
Okay.
It's 14.
Okay. So it does go off as you your gauntlet starts to charge. You go to then shock and grasp this large, it's like a 15-foot sphere as you put your hand across it. Lightning arcs from the gauntlet, and then you start to see, I think, that oil slick sort of sheen that was on this large bronze, brass, maybe even gold sphere starts to then spiderweb as of like a reaction toward the lightning, as the lightning and the static starts to discharge across it. And you start to hear as the thing starts to then grind to a halt, and a crunch of mechanics deep within the walls of this place.
Don't know what that thing is, but maybe it'll screw something up. We need
How
to
big
get...
is the pearl, DM?
Pearl is the size of like a softball, so like a grapefruit. It's
big clam.
It's a big ass.
Or oyster.
You are going to say, Mr. Smith, we need to get...
We need to get them, we need to get on the lift, and we need to go now.
Okay.
And we need that pearl.
I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to run. I'm going to pull out my vial, the clear one with the suds. I'm going to shake it. And a hand is going to come out and it's going to land on top of the pearl and try and unscrew it maybe.
Like a light bulb? Okay, give me an Arcana.
Okay. Where is my character sheet? Okay, Arcana.
Uh-huh.
5.
The 5, the The suds start to smear across the surface of this as the grip is much large. It's 5 pounds of pressure, I think the mage hand does. It's much larger than that. So the suds start to smear across the surface as you're unable to get a grip on.
That's happening as I'm running.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
worth a try!
Okay, back over with Tenno in the cell, tight there, and Ty and Varsha.
We are
And
moving.
And you're making your way. You're making your way
Yeah.
to the corridor. Sure, you all meet at some point across this in one of, I think, right outside the courtyard, coming toward you, in that right in the hallway where you were just fighting.
I've dropped the mask and the cloak,
Okay.
and I'm having a cigarette. By the
Smith,
time we meet him again.
Smith and Jet do make their way to the scene.
Okay, so all 4 of us are together. Okay.
We shouldn't split up anymore.
Well, we have to get him to the boat.
Is he okay?
We gotta get up that lift now.
Okay.
What, doesn't it work?
We don't know how long it will, if it is.
Yeah.
Didn't try it.
It's just a manual thing, though, isn't it? It's not magical.
Don't know, man. We need to go now.
Okay.
Right, well, I want to find Drusilla.
One thing at a time.
Well,
She
what if we
is
don't get another
important.
shot?
She is important, Ty. But we
Leave me
also
in it,
have
I'll
to get
find her.
moving.
You take
Well,
him,
if they-
I'll find her.
While leaving the lethal behind?
No.
No.
We need to get this distraction going. We need to find the Warden.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
We find the Warden, Ty. Then we find Drusilla.
What's the Warden gonna do?
Tell us where Drusilla is.
She knows where everything is in this place.
You think she's gonna tell us?
Stupid.
Though?
She'll tell us.
How the fuck are we gonna find her? She's a fucking wizard. She's probably invisible. She could be anywhere.
She's headed back to her office for sure.
Why? Well, she's got a
Because
safe room.
that's where the controls are. For everything.
Can we be like walking towards the
Yeah.
lift as
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is happening? Okay, and then like
Walking
I
and
will
talking.
I will be doing the lift as we're going
Sure.
I take it.
Before you
if it's there.
go to the lift is there from what you see. But I will interject. Keep your scene going if there's still conversation to be
Okay.
had.
Okay.
I just take a cursory glance at Mr. Tenno. Is he wounded? Is he hurt?
Tenno's not hurt, but he does seem exhausted.
Okay. There's likely nothing I can do then. I'll just keep watching him.
Like he was sleeping, but
Do you know
wasn't
how to get this
resting.
off?
I could try. We're on the move though.
Yep, you're on the move.
Yeah, I could try. I don't want to hurt him.
Okay.
If we're moving, I can hurt him.
Yeah, okay,
Baz.
okay.
Slow down. I'm trying to undo your collar. Okay.
What about this? Them two take him. Me and Smith go and find her.
Make
The
your
Warden.
Way, make your way past some
Yeah.
cells as you make your
No,
way
he'll
through.
just come with us.
It's more important to get Tenno out, right? Lorcan says he's important. Bigger
Well,
picture.
we have to do the jailbreak.
What?
We have to do that part. So we're all
There is
just going to
no
go
jailbreak.
together.
There is no plan. I don't know
What?
what the fuck is going on. Tenno said there's no plan. He doesn't have a plan. He didn't know we were here.
What?
He doesn't know why we're here.
They've done something to his mind.
Yeah, maybe, but now there is no plan. And his son isn't here either. Or at least he doesn't think so.
Did Larkin lie?
I don't know.
Doesn't
We go
matter.
through
why
the
he
plan.
would.
We go through the plan. It doesn't
There isn't
fucking
a plan.
matter.
The plan is to get Tenno
No,
and he
the
has a
plan is
He
to
hasn't got a plan.
jailbreak, make as much damage as possible. Let's go.
By the
keep-
God King, you are to halt, or you will be smote by his wrath.
Nah.
And
Do I
that
recognize his voice?
you do not. There are 2 guards up ahead of you, armed and ready. And that is where we are going to end tonight's episode of Spellwind. Right? Did I get my timing right on that? Yes.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Woo!
Got
I'll
about
get my
15
stretches
minutes,
in to
but
make
yeah.
whatever fucking crazy run I need to make now at them. Wherever the fuck they are.
Yes. So that's us. That's what, episode 15
Yeah, who knows,
Episode
man.
15 of Spellwind. Wow, that flew by. I like glanced down and I was like, oh boy. So thank you so much for that. We're gonna go around. We're gonna talk about the show, how we liked it, talk about ourselves, all that stuff. This is the part I hate. I hate outros. So I'm gonna pass it over to Meyer. Meyer, help me.
Hi, my name is Meyer. I played Jet today, and the other 14 episodes before as well. You can find me on twitch.tv/Meyer, where I do RP stuff and Star Citizen stuff and stuff. I've been playing Nier Automata, but enough about me. Today was really cool. Today was very Jet light, and I loved it. I loved being able to actually sit and think about what was happening, what was going on. All in all, it was a really cool episode. And I kind of called it.
Yeah.
I think that most people here won't know what Impel Down is, but I was like, we get our own Impel Down arc. And then some people in chat were like, yes, we do. And it's exactly what we have. If you don't get the reference, it doesn't matter.
Oh, is the One Piece thing that you're saying? Yeah, I think this is the one episode I saw.
But yeah, I'm like super stoked. It's really cool. But yeah, you can find me on my channel. I do RP stuff.
Just hope the wardens aren't the same.
We'll see. We don't know yet, but I'm so excited for it. But I'm not excited to talk about myself. So, Brad,
Come on!
Hi, hello there. It's me, Brad. I played Tyther Veridis. He just wanted to kill things, and he got to kill things. Oh my god. What an interesting set of events. I feel like we were supposed to do a lot more investigation before we started killing everything in sight, but here we are. It's Plan B. I believe
What
Plan
was
B
Plan
was...
A? I think you had Plan B the entire time, but never knew what Plan A was.
Right. We were supposed to be getting Plan A, and we never found out that there is no Plan A, so now Plan B, which was kill everything. So I guess we'll continue doing that next week. If you want more D&D, I run a show here on Table Story tomorrow night called Mist Light. That is also D&D 5e, and I can't remember what's happening in it, so tune in tomorrow to find out along with me. I am currently streaming Gas Station Simulator because my stream is over.
I loved it so much. I voted for it.
I'm actually I think I'm going to play the Final Fantasy VII DLC at the weekend because it's on PC now, so I actually can. I've been trying to save up all year for a PS5 and just been incredibly have failed
They
massively.
don't exist. They're just figments of our imagination.
I don't even have
really
the money
has
for
one.
one. Even if someone showed up at my door right now and was like, "Do you want to buy this?" I would be like, "I do want to, but I can't." So I've been waiting for it to. Anyway, it's hit the PCs now, so I'm going to
Make
probably
sure
play
to
that.
sub to Brad
Subscribe to
Wodo
Brad,
on Twitch.
yeah.
The weekend. Why do you need to sub? It's free. You need to sub for it.
do it anyway.
I've already got it. It's whatever. So that's what I'm doing. That's it. What about you, PB?
Hi, I'm Pumpkinberry. I played Varsha for you today and all other days. What the hell am I doing right now? Red Dead Redemption 2 roleplay, and a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, if you want to watch stuff that I've GM'd, I've done Gone, which has these two in it. Wait, am I doing that right?
Nope.
Mathematic and Brad, we're in that.
There we go. Perfect.
It's a surreal. I don't know. It's surreal as heck. And then I also most recently did a comedy, Ungodly. That was 6 episodes, except not 6 episodes. And it's like Monty Python in hell. So you should definitely check that out if you like that. And that's it. Whack.
Hi, everybody. I'm Wax Steven. I played Smith for you today and all the other episodes. And I absolutely hate it when I sit there and like I'm the only one in like talking for, and this was the entire episode.
It had,
It
had to be a strong Smith.
It makes sense that way. Yeah.
Oh God.
You've
We
been
had a
on
tie
it.
episode last
every
time,
time
so
I
a
spoke, though.
The
Like,
guilt was so heavy
It was awesome,
upon me
man.
today. It was like Catholic
good,
guilt. And it was really intense, and I was just like channeling any ounce of confidence that I have, and I was like, this is the only
This is
choice for
Smith,
Smith.
yeah.
This is the only choice.
Yeah.
Like he, that's the way he would do. He sees the guard like starting to panic or something. He's got to take over.
Yeah. Well, I think that's interesting because we saw a Thai like focused combat episode, like his specialty, and just now we saw Smith's specialty. It was cool. Fucking awesome. Your specialty is going in, infiltrating, and getting information. And we haven't even seen the end of it yet.
and then killing everything, just scorched earth at the end.
Yeah.
That's the one man
Varsha
army.
episode next.
Yeah.
The one thing that I wish I had was the snare stuff, because I would have grabbed that fucking warden so bad. I knew she was gonna do something like that, man. I fucking knew it.
Yeah. You're like, we gotta kill her, and I was like, he knows what I'm
I
gonna do.
considered like grabbing her and like maybe holding a knife to her throat, but I was like, the thing is with Ty isn't strong.
That would have
like,
been
you can't-
cool. Imagine if you went with her.
Right, but like, does that even work, or does she just slip out of my
It's a
grip?
homebrew
So-
game. Why not?
Who knows?
Well, I don't know.
Dimension
Why?
direct
We're gonna
would have
do
taken you
something
with her.
chaotic here. Brad, you go with.
Yeah. Who knows?
So I did think about it, Whack, because I was like, man, we need to like stop her, but the only way I think Ty can really stop people is just to kill him.
Right.
Because
Stop
he
him,
doesn't
all
have-
right.
I don't have a strength
Yeah.
stat, like a 10 in strength,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's not like he can really even do like much of that grappling stuff.
Neither do I really, but I was like, fuck, I gotta do something.
You just play one on TV. You play a strength
yeah.
check on TV.
Yeah, and I GM Rime of the Frost Maiden here on Fridays, and I'm also designing a TTRPG on my channel. And that goes on right before this show. We're gonna be doing our first combat test. I think that's gonna be on Saturday. I think we're gonna do that. I'm gonna stream it.
Okay. On Table
and
Story or on your
no, it'll be on my channel.
Okay.
I don't want to fucking fuck up Table Stories numbers. So we'll do that on my channel, and it'll be the first time. It's 10 months. 10 months I've been working on this
That's
so far,
awesome.
and we're gonna do the first combat test I think on Saturday. No idea on the time. We'll figure it out. Just keep an eye out. And if you like what we do here on Table Story, make sure you're following the channel. Follow Table Story on Twitch and YouTube, and check out our Patreon. We've got just a shit ton of content on there, and you can view all the old stuff as well for whatever tier you subscribe at. So you can check out all the old stuff, and there's just so much on there. Podcasts, there's artwork, there's character sheets, there's so much stuff. So go check it out. Because November and December kind of suck for subs and things, and it's thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. And if there isn't something here or if there isn't something that you have found yet on Table Story, go look through the YouTube archives. There is something for everyone here at Table Story. It's so awesome to work
We
with all of
even
you.
have Jane Austen.
Exactly. Yep. There's even Jane Austen. It's so wonderful, and it's been
It's
such
so
a
fucking
wonderful
good.
time role playing with all of you and telling the story here. Spellwind. My name is Mythomatic. I am a role play streamer here on Twitch. I do a lot of other stuff as well. You can find out what that is over on my Twitter or when I'm live over on my channel, where I do a lot of role playing as well. I'm doing Red Dead role play right now, as well as Mortal Online 2, which is coming up, and then I'll probably sneak into Star Citizen as well. But thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Table Story, for helping me put on this show and tell this story. Thank you, everybody on the front page. Thank you, Table Story community, for all of your support. As always, you are all fantastic. There was other things I had to say.
When's the rewind?
The rewind is probably going to be tomorrow. We didn't get to do one last week, but we will do one tomorrow. at some point, probably around 1 p.m. over on my channel, where we watch this episode again with a little bit of a DM director's commentary. So we've got a lot of things to talk about and chat about during that time. So I'll see you then. Be well, everyone. Thank you. Is there any last words from anyone?
I'm sweating.
You're sweating. Okay.
Yep, I'm dying.
All right.
In this
And Petey's
sweater
dying.
and hood.
All right. Be well, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you so much. Good night.